Guys, if you're after any Pokemon singles, make sure to check out JGC Collectibles. They have loads in stock, including some sealed product there. Also, if you are interested, make sure to use discount code Slowpoke5 for 5% off. Alright guys, welcome to the Slowpoke. Well, currently recording the 21st of February. And oh my lord, did Pokebeats drop some bombshells on us today, boy. Woo! Right, no messing about, let's just get straight in. So, obviously woke up this morning to a ton of VMAX Rising leaks, translations, and obviously there was one that seemed to cause a massive controversy, or not to say controversy, but a massive difference in opinion, let's say. And it's just the one, it's this little geezer right here, got Giovanni on the front. Hang on, move him. Where can I put him? There we go. So yeah, Boss's Orders, the Sandre reprint, right? And on face value, I put a little thread up on Verbank gauging people's opinions, and people seem to be very overwhelmingly negative about this card. And I guess the sort of their premise is that it's really bad for evolving decks, stage 2 decks, single prize decks, because having such reliable gust and on paper no drawback is just really bad for them, you know, trying to hinder them setting up and stuff like that. And over face value, I don't really agree 100%. I feel as if it is a trade-off, right? It's your supporter for the turn. If you're playing this, you can't be playing Magnolia, you can't be playing Marnie, you can't be playing Bead, I guess, you know. you can't play them. And I guess the scenario where, no one actually said this on the Verbank thread, but I guess the scenario they're painting out is, let's say I'm an ADPization player, and you are a Blastoise GX player. Let's just throw that out there. So I guess what they're alluding to is basically is that as me, the ADPization player, if I see you have led just one squirrel on your bench, this magically let me knock that out every time and stop you playing the game. And I have to say I don't agree. I just don't agree, because let's take that scenario now, okay, with this format. You've got one of your evolving basics on the bench, and I'm the ADPization player. All I'm gonna do right now is just go Magnolia, try and find my custom catches or whatever's, catch your flip heads, and then if I don't find it, I'm just gonna Dedenne for it anyway. And chances are I'm going to get it, you know what I mean? I ain't going to work out the probabilities, but it's a decent chance, you know. Some of the OCRC list position are playing like 3 Pokemon catcher, 1 great catcher, and 4 custom. I don't think it's too outside their own possibility to get that. Then there is no supporter search either. Like, I mean, I know you've got Jirachi, that's only top 5. So yeah, so all I'm going to do as that player is just go Dedenne, draw, Magnolia, draw, bang. Okay, I mean, granted it's not going to be 100%, but you know, there it is. And that changing in regards to Boss's Orders, I can't play that Magnolia. All I can do is Dedenne or run Guru, stuff like that. I can't just go Magnolia and then Dedenne. I have to go Dedenne and then hope to find it. Also, in this scenario, this current format, if I'm turboing through my deck, I'm getting acceleration stuff. I'm getting Metal Patch. I'm getting Oranguru potentially. I'm getting Quick Balls. You know, I'm seeing cards. I'm doing stuff, which is going to allow me to progress my board. If I just want to go Boss's Orders straight off the rip, or maybe off of Dedenne, that's less cards for me to get my Metal Patches, you know, that's less cards for me to get my energies and stuff, right? So it isn't like it's a draw, it's a completely gust with no drawback. It's a supporter that's drawback, especially now that discard draw 7's back in the game. I feel as if that's a big drawback. If you want to play Boss's Orders early to stop to try and Grinch 1 prize decks, you're hindering your own setup. If you want to go for early turn 1, that's fine, but you are going to hinder your own setup. And there's a chance that if you play the Boss's Order and then try to Dedenne afterwards to set up, it might not happen. So yeah, I do feel as if, and I'm not saying that argument is completely null and void. Having reliable gust is, you know, for big basics, they tend to benefit them more. But I don't feel as if it's going to completely push 1 prize out of the game. Now, one thing that does push 1 prizes more out of the game is ADP, but you know what I mean? But yeah, I don't think it is completely draw. I think it does have its negatives at the end of the day. And I think people seem to just forgetting that playing a supporter for the turn is normally quite good. And if your supporter doesn't progress your board, then you know. And then, you know, that's not particularly great for your board. It's like playing Hex Maniac every turn. You're not going to progress your board doing that. So, yeah. That's just me, you know. And then also acting as if you can just summon this at any time. Like, just because it's reliable and it's automatic gust does not mean you can just be like, oh, Lysandre. Like, no, you still have to go find it. Like, what is this going to be? At face value, maybe a 2 count. Like, if you want to run more to try and have access to that more reliable gust, that's fine. But like I said, on the early game, that's going to hurt your consistency also. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's going to be more times you're not seeing Magnolias or Cynthias or whatever, right? So yeah, like, let's just stop acting as if playing supporters turn 2, whatever, to Grinch one prize deck is just going to mean that you're just going to get rid of it every time. And another thing as well, so that's the sort of first argument, is that it's really bad for one prize decks. Okay, you know, that's fine. The other sort of main crux argument I was seeing is that it's skillless. It's skillless. That losing to Lysandre for game is skillless. It's a skillless play. And again, I don't agree. Like, in order to be playing this for game, your board's going to be so alright. You have to go find it as well. Like I said, it's going to be a 2 count, and I know you've got Elder Ross, spoiler, we'll get to that in a sec. But it's not like we can just summon this and just be like, oh, I need to carry this turn. There it is. Bang. That's not quite how it's going to work. So, and what would you, and in all honesty, right, what would you rather lose to? Now, would you rather lose to someone's going boss's orders for game? Or would you rather lose to Pokemon Catcher flip heads for game? Again, like, let's just paint this scenario. I'm the attacking player, Covenant standard format. I need to get a Kyo this turn to win. So you just see me go Magnolia, Pokemon Catcher, flip tails. Goddamn. Right, quick ball, Dene. Another Pokemon Catcher, flip heads. Oh, now I win. And now I don't know about you, right? But if someone did that to me, I'm like, goddamn, like, gee, all we did was flip heads and that one in the game. I'd much rather him just go boss's orders, or even Stellar Wish boss's orders. I'd rather that personally, and I guess that gives me more chance to lose in that scenario. But I'd rather that. Like, I personally don't like the idea of games being decided on coin flips. I don't like it. Like, I've seen some decks that are playing 4 Pokemon Catcher. You can play 4 of these cards, and you're still not guaranteed 1 Gust. Like, that's ridiculous. I don't know why people seem to be championing coin flips here, but you know. But yeah, that's just my opinion, really. And you know, don't have a go at me for my opinion. I'm not gonna have a go at yours. I respect your opinion. You might hate boss's orders. I personally like it. I like having reliable gust in the format. I don't like the idea of having to rely on coin flips. But that being said, would I have liked to see it with some sort of drawback potentially, a la like a prize parity, a bit like custom catching, only play when you're behind? Yeah, I could see that being potentially a bit more balanced. Yeah, like if you can only play this card when you've got more prize than your opponent. Okay, that's good. I do like that. Or so I saw one person say you can only play this if you have no V, EX or GX in play. Again, okay, that's cool. But that's just not what it is, unfortunately. Like. So yeah, boss's orders. I'm a fan personally. A lot of people hate it. They're saying it's the worst thing Pokemon could have ever done. You know, that's just their opinion. I have mine. I quite like it. One more thing I wanted to add on boss's orders. I do like it as well that it stops people from going too aggressive with the Denes. You can't just have the Dene chilling on the bench and hope that your opponent will always be flipping tails. No. Once it's down, it's down. I'm gonna kill it. Moving on. We've got some other cool stuff come out today. We'll probably talk about this. Elder Gross. There we go. So Elder Gross, 180 HP grass type basic. And its ability is basically VS Seeker. Once during your turn, you may play this card from your hand to your bench. You may put a supporter card from your discard pile into your hand. The attacks 50 damage. You may shuffle ball Pokemon, attach it back to your deck. Okay, cool. So, it's basically VS Seeker. Now again, people acting like this in conjunction with boss's orders, again, just breaks the game. Again, I don't know how much of a count boss's orders is going to be. I imagine probably 2. You're not guaranteed to have one on discard pile all game. You're not. There is no battle compressor now. It's not like back in the day where you turn 1 battle compressor, Ray, Lysandre, and Sycamore, so all your VS Seekers are now alive, right? We haven't got that, and I don't think we ever will. Again, I could be wrong. So yeah, is it a good card? Yes. I like cards that can boost consistency. Okay, they're my kind of favorite cards. So yeah, is it the end of the format? No. Is it a good card? Yes. Will it see play? Probably. You know, I'm a fan. So yeah, that being said, if a Lele reprint does come or something like that, does that make Boss's Orders a lot better? Yes. Okay, now I'll be like, okay, it's again a bit silly, but I think they've done it this way on purpose, where it only goes from discard, because that's like another wrinkle. You can't just summon it at will. And you know, decks might start playing Poker Gear to try and find their Boss's Orders. I don't know, maybe. But yeah, I think as it stands now, this is a good card. Boss Orders is a good card. Does it break the format right down and push all one prize out of the format? No, it doesn't. I think that's a bit of a knee-jerk reaction. Let's be honest, Pokemon players, we do love a good knee-jerk reaction. Right, let's go on to some other cool cards then. So we've got Toxicity, and then it's VMAX. This little geezer here does, for 1 lightning, poison jab, 20 damage, and their active Pokemon's poisoned. Then for lightning colorless, electric riot, does 90 damage. Its attack does 90 more damage if your opponent's active Pokemon is poisoned. So 180 for 3 if they're poisoned. So, okay, cool artwork though. But let's look at the VMAX, which has really cool artwork, by the way. I love that. That is really cool. This basically does 240 if they're poisoned, so a little bit of a buff. This is kind of cool. You know, with a Electro Power, we're knocking out ADP, which is nice, because ADP seems to stick around quite a lot. Getting for free energy, though, and on a stage 1, is it particularly great? Probably not. Does it do good damage? Yeah, okay. We're not getting close to doing one shot on other VMAXs, and for free energy. I mean, you got Coco, so you can like get anything powered up. You can do that, but how are we reliably going to get him? How are we going to be getting poison on? You know, if it wasn't for that stipulation, if it was just 3 for 240, okay, but it's not. So it looks like the most reliable way to be getting poison on is this new Garbodor. Now at first I thought it was going to be a Garbodor reprint, as in a Garbotoxin. I was like, oh boy, but it's not. Dark type stage 1 Garb. Poison Pool as an ability. Once you're saying if there's a stadium in play, any Pokemon, any player stadium, you may leave your opponent's active Pokemon poisoned. So obviously the idea is you have your Garbodor out. There's pretty much always going to be a stadium in play for the most part, and then you can do 240 for free with Toxicity. And unfortunately, I just don't, as much of a cool card as it is, I just don't see why you want to evolve up to do 240 when Zacian can do it as a basic. And Zacian's a strong card. You know, it's kind of sad that that's what it's come to, but you know, that's what it is. Is it a good card day? Yes. If there's ever more VMAX support in the future, it could be better. But right now, not a fan. I'm not going to play 2 stage 1s to do 240 for free. It's not going to happen. We've got Dragapult, basic psychic type, 210 HP. There we go. Assault Jet. Well, we do for 1 psychic bite, 30 damage. For 2 psychics, 60 plus damage. If this Pokemon's on your bench and became active, it does 80 more. So what's that? 140. So that's like a beefed up first impression from Gliscod GX. Weak to dark. 1 retreat, cost resistance to fighting. Okay, so oh yeah, 140 for 2. I mean, there's no boosters. I mean, I guess you can play spell tags as well. It's actually not too bad, to be fair. For a basic stage V that can evolve, that's actually not too bad, in all honesty. You also play with Malamar and spell tags and stuff. So that could add up to energy. Pretty efficient. Does have a VMAX. 160 shred, attack damage isn't affected by any effects. Cool, nice to have. And then Giga Fighter 130, put 5 damage counters on your opponent's benched Pokemon. Does say benched in any way you like. At face value, I'm not too impressed, but this could be one of those decks where it all seems so specific. It could be good, like 130 plus 5. That probably adds up quite nicely with math. We've got a new energy that lets you put 2 damage counters on when you attach to a psychic type. So we get a lot of bench. We are hitting the bench a lot here, and because it's damage counters, yeah, it does get around Mew as well. So yeah, 2 energy is a cheap cost. Could be good. Could be. I'm not holding my breath though. Weakness to dark is good, so that means Mewtwo doesn't slap you for weakness as well. So yeah, could be decent, to be fair. Tool Scrapper reprint, functionally the same as Dragon's Exalted 1, so I assume that would be legal as well, which is nice. We haven't really got a lot of tool interaction outside of Lysandre Labs, so that could be interesting. It does let you discard tools off your own Pokemon as well, don't forget that. Scoop Up Net's interesting. Scoop Up Net, it's an item card. You put one of your Pokemon, excluding V/GX, into your hand and discard all cards attached to that Pokemon. So that's essentially AZ as an item, but not for V and GX. So are there many tanky? That's sort of the main reason we do it. So for tanky Pokemon, right? I can't think of many off the top of my head right now. Doesn't say EX though, which is interesting. So I guess in expanded you can pick up Shamans and like Warlord. So could be a Lightning Energy. This is interesting, to be fair. This probably goes into Pokemon. Don't know in what count, but I guess if you play a Gust Halo Engine, you can play a couple of these as well and draw 2. So this card provides 1 lightning when it's attached to a Pokemon. When you attach it from your hand to a lightning Pokemon, draw 2 cards. So gives Pokemon a little bit more speed. And Pokemon's already pretty speedy as it is. So that's not bad, to be fair. That's going to be quite good. I can see that being played in Pokemon. Harvest Psychic Energy. This card provides 1 Psychic Energy when attached to a Pokemon. When this card, when the card is knocked out, which is attached to, put 2 damage counters on. Okay, so I thought it was when you attached it, so when it gets knocked out. So it's like a mini spell tag then, only for 2. So I guess if you had spell tag and this, you're putting on 6 damage counters when you get knocked out. So you can see between this. And that we are heavily manipulating damage counters here now. If we're having some sort of damage counter manipulation, this then nothing's really safe. So could be good, could be good. And we've got this Copperaja V here, 220 HP. It's pretty beefy. Adamantine press 90 damage during your opponent's next turn. This takes 30 less damage, and then for 4 does 180. I don't see this ever getting play. In all honesty, not especially not when Zacian's around. Like if you put in 3 energy on a metal basic, let's make it a Zacian. I mean, if this let you get around Obstagoon, which it doesn't, then it might have been alright, but no. So yeah, that's all stuff from there. We've also had from all those cards will be in this set, I assume. No, from Rebellion Clash. Yeah, no, it is. Yeah, so this is all the cards coming from this set. Which is kind of cool. So we've got some artwork here. So we've got the Rebel Clash sort of booster box artwork there, and I have to say that Toxicity artwork is really cool. So and there it is as well. So we've got the Rillaboom there as well. Obviously they're going to be in the sets, those VMAXs. Then we've got Inteleon and Cinderace. This is the theme deck. So it's interesting how they've chose Zacian and Zazamazenta as your sort of mascots there for your theme decks, and they're not particularly great. You can have a look at them now. 1 for 20, attach a metal from discard to this Pokemon, and 3 for 120, flip 2 coins. If tails, flip a coin, discard 20 from this Pokemon, so that's not particularly great. And then Zazamazenta, guard press 30, take 20 less, and then Power Rush, so these aren't particularly good cards. But we get to see some artwork. Promo for the blister, we got the Rayquaza. Then we got a Duraloon, again, not particularly great. We've got a Mantine. And then this is interesting though, this one could see play. This Noctowl, that's really cool artwork by the way. But this Noctowl semi-playable. I saw some deck profiles on I think Rare Candy. I think I've done one. This sort of attack. Choose one of your opponent's bench Pokemon, have to shuffle it all into their deck, and then you shuffle this Pokemon in deck. But because it's a triple energy cost, you can just power up in one turn. You just keep trying to hit the bench, and then use a Pidgeotto, which shuffles in their active. So that's a little thing to note there that could be being played. And then the last thing, this was just like a couple hours ago, I believe, 54 minutes ago. We got a Poltegeist V box. Here this is, so basic, 170 HP. Poltegeist. I've got an ability there, you can't really read it. We'll get this one in, better picture. So if this Pokemon's in the active spot and is damaged by opponent's attack, even if it's knocked out, choose a random card from your opponent's hand. Your opponent reveals it and shuffles it into their deck. So that's interesting. There's another way to hit the deck there. I can see it probably being a bit better and expanded. Excuse me. A bit better and expanded than it is in standard. 170 HP is not a great big number. But again, you've got the Dennis on the bench, and you're going to be having, what's that thing called? Eldegoss on the bench as well. So, yeah, you know, it could be good. And the attack does 3 for 100, and they're confused. So, yeah, so that's pretty much it then. I just wanted to quickly try and run through you know, the Lissandro reprint. I wanted to get my thoughts on the matter on a video as well. So yeah, Lissandro's coming back. Boss's orders. Am I excited? Yes, to be honest. I'm just, you know, I'm happy to have reliable Gust. Would I prefer to see it with a bit of a difference, a bit more of a downside potentially? Yeah, prize parrot I think would have been the one I went for. But it's a lot better than Pokemon Catcher. Anything that stops me having to play coin flips, in my opinion, is a positive. But hey, that's just my opinion. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you next time. Hey guys, thanks for watching that video, much appreciated. Really hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please don't hesitate to subscribe. I try and put out as much stuff here as I can. Full deck profiles plus games, topic conversational pieces regarding anything in the TCG. Check out my Twitter, check out my Facebook. That's where you get most of the updates, sort of see what's going on behind the scenes, all that good stuff. Also check out the SoundCloud for the full bi-weekly podcast. If you're interested, if you like the conversational pieces, go check that out. But yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a good day.